So today we're going to be doing a quick DIY oil change on a 2009 Ford F-150. We're giving you guys a rundown on how to change the oil yourself. Alright, this is a quick rundown of the tools that you're going to need to be able to change the oil yourself on your F-150. Oil filter pliers or a socket that will fit the oil filter. You can get those in any parts store. Funnel for when we fill the engine back up, and also a ratchet for the oil filter socket and for the drain plug. On this truck with the 5.4, the drain plug is a 13 millimeter. Also your oil pan, some gloves, and some rags. Here's a quick rundown of the parts that you're going to need to change the oil in your truck. Manufacturer recommended viscosity is 5W20. We need 7 quarts, and then also I'm running the Mobil 1 M1210A oil filter, just my preference. Any auto parts store will be able to help you get an oil filter and oil for your truck. To start draining the oil, we're going to come to the passenger side of the truck, come down underneath behind the front tire. We have our oil pan set up, and then right back here behind our sway bar is the drain plug for our oil pan. So there's our plug right there. Let's see if I can get over to it right here. So that's what we'll need that 13 millimeter socket for. We'll go ahead and start draining the oil. Now that the oil is pretty much done draining, we'll go ahead and put the oil drain plug back in, and we'll go pull the oil filter. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the oil filter. Do that. Come right down under the driver's side tow hook here. Underneath we got our drain pan set up. And then right up above this cross member, right next to that lower radiator hose, there's our oil filter. And we'll go ahead and spin it out and replace it with the new one. Now that we got the old filter off, we're going to take a little bit of the oil that's on top of it, wipe it up, and put it on the O-ring of the new filter, so that way it keeps it nice and lubed when we put it on, and it won't be as hard coming off the next time you do your oil change. All right, we got the new filter spun on. Now we can go up top and fill the engine with oil. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start filling the engine with oil. Or we're gonna fill it right here by the battery. Here's our engine oil fill. Pull the cap off, set it to the side. We'll put our funnel in there, and then we'll get to filling it. Alright, we got all 7 quarts put in the truck here. Go ahead and reinstall our oil cap. Now we'll go start the truck, let it run for a second, make sure there's no leaks, shut it off, and then we'll check the oil level and then reset the oil light. So we fired the truck up. We're going to let it run for a second here, and then we'll go ahead and shut it off and check the oil level, and then we'll come back in here and reset the change oil light. Alright, so check the oil on this truck. Our oil dipstick tube is right on the back side of the coolant reservoir. It's going to be this guy right here. We're going to pull it out, wipe it off, put it back in, and then pull it back out and check the oil level and make sure it's correct. Alright, so on the dipstick here, let's see if you can see that. There's some cross hatching. It doesn't want to focus on it. But there's a line right up here at the top where the cross hatching ends. That's where you want the oil to be at with the engine off after you check it and have filled it up. If it's at the correct level, your oil change is done. Alright, now that we're in the truck, we're going to go ahead and reset the engine oil light. And we're going to do that. We're going to turn the key on to just when the accessories come on, be your second click. You see oil change required. Go over here and we'll just press reset on the oil change required light. It'll change it to that. Now we will press the setup button and we'll see what it changes to. Reset for system check, we'll skip that one, and then it'll show up oil life 0%, hold reset for new. To get to that screen, you just press setup twice, once, twice, and then we will now hold the reset button until it changes to new. Oil life set to 100%, and now we no longer have the engine oil light on the dash. Go ahead and start the truck. No more engine oil change light. We are now good to go.